Fight week is here and UFC 320 is this Saturday. Before I get into my predictions though, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe as I have brand new videos every single week. UFC 320 has got three huge fights to talk about. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira 2 for the light heavyweight belt. Merab Dvalishvili versus Cory Sandhagen for the bantamweight belt. And Jiri Prochazka versus Khalil Rountree, in which we assume is a title eliminator. It's certainly not a stacked card from top to bottom, but it sure is top heavy, and I'm really looking forward to what we've got in store. So let's start with the main event. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira 2. In their first fight, Ankalaev didn't even need to drag Pereira to the mat and didn't attempt as many takedowns as we thought he would have. He just bullied him against the cage, smothered him with clinch pressure, and made Pereira look like he really didn't want to be there. Ankalaev won with cage control and pressure. He cut off the cage, mixed in the threat of level changes, and even when he didn't land a takedown, the threat alone froze Pereira's offense. Ankalaev won with cage control and pressure. He cut off the cage, mixed in the threat of a level change, and even when he didn't land a takedown, the threat alone froze Pereira's offense. It's a big problem with being a striker against a good grappler. You spend so much time worrying about the defense that you forget all about the offense. We see it time and time again. And the thing is, Pereira's got all the tools to beat Ankalaev. He's got one of the best calf kicks in the UFC, and we saw how much Ankalaev struggled against Jan because of calf kicks. And obviously Pereira has the touch of death with that nuclear left hook. If Alex comes in confident, aggressive, and shows no fear whatsoever, he could knock him out. But here's the thing, even though Ankalaev is clunky and boring, he's patient, risk averse, and he knows how to win minutes, and winning minutes means winning points. He'll pressure Pereira to the cage, mix in clinches, throw safe left straights, and get rounds in the bank. And Pereira has the ability to end the fight at any moment, but Ankalaev has consistency, and I just don't think that moment is going to come. So I'm going to pick Magomed Ankalaev by decision. Now let's move on to the co-main event, Merab Dvalishvili versus Cory Sandhagen. Merab has shown how dominant he is as a fighter. He's barely even human. He's got the cardio of an android. He just keeps going and going and going. Merab doesn't win fights with one clean shot. He wins with relentless chain wrestling. And even if he fails a shot, it doesn't matter. He just keeps building volume and pressure and racking up the points. The only way to beat Merab is by throwing a Hail Mary and finishing him. Cory has proved that he can do that. Look at his finishes over Frankie Edgar and Marlon Moraes. They were absolutely brutal. And against Merab, he could throw something wild, maybe while in one of the clinches or during the takedown entries, and get the KO win. But Merab barely gives clean looks. He keeps his chin hidden, focus on wrist fighting, and even if you manage to stuff one shot, he's chained it onto the next. If Cory could manage the distance, and that's a big if, he might be able to catch him. But my prediction has to be Merab by decision. It's going to be 25 minutes of grinding Cory down and drowning him. Now let's move on to some chaos. Jiri Prochazka versus Khalil Rountree. This fight is guaranteed violence. Both lads hit like trucks, both having finishing power, and both fight like they're allergic to seeing the scorecards. Khalil is a clean technical striker. He's got heavy low kicks, crisp punches, and power that will rearrange your bone structure if he hits. And if he chops you his lead leg early, he could seriously slow him down. But Jiri, well, he's Jiri, isn't he, right? He has an insane, unpredictable style. It's like a kid button mashing on Tekken, and I think that's what's going to be the biggest factor in this fight. Khalil has never fought anyone this unorthodox. On a technical level, Khalil is almost perfect, and with that style comes a lot of preparation and focus on the fundamentals and a tight defense. But that tight defense is based on traditional styles, and Jiri is far from traditional. How do you prepare for someone like Jiri? Sure, Pereira absolutely wrecked Jiri last time, but Pereira wrecks almost everyone. And what makes Jiri so dangerous is what made him so vulnerable against someone like Alex. And Khalil also has big weapons too, but Jiri thrives in chaos. He forces exchanges, layers in combinations, and eventually finds the chin. And I think that's what's going to happen in this fight. So I'm picking Jiri by KO, probably in the second or third round. Rountree will start off strong, but once Jiri drags him into a mad exchange, I think the lights go out. So there's my predictions. Ankalaev by decision, Merab by decision, and Jiri by knockout. Do you agree, or do you think the fights are going to go in a different direction? Make sure you let me know in the comments down below. Thank you everyone for watching. If you can like, comment, and subscribe, it really does help the channel out.